So we're working on the best way to disseminate the information while still being protective of private property and being sensitive to private property rights, to be honest with you.
And our top story tonight at 11, as the EPA and the DEC continue testing in parts of Niagara and Erie County, Governor Kathy Hochul has finally reached out to families that have confirmed radioactive contamination on their properties. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Governor Hochul called 4 families Saturday night. 2 on your side spoke to one of those property owners earlier today. Our Nate Benson has the latest. Nate?
Yeah, good evening, Scott and Mary Alice. While Governor Hochul made a few phone calls over the weekend, the acting director for the DEC locally explains why some of the data related to radioactive hotspots has not been publicized. While I was spending my Saturday night screaming into the void, Governor Kathy Hochul called some of the families that have confirmed radioactive contamination on their properties in the town of Niagara.
It was very surprising.
Kelly Motika and her husband live on Fox Ave. And as it turns out, when we arrived at her house Monday afternoon, EPA and DEC crews were collecting more soil samples at her neighbor's house. Last week, Governor Hochul said she would not politicize the anxiety and fear some of the property owners are feeling by visiting them, so a phone call sufficed. While Governor Hochul did not connect with all of the families in that neighborhood that have confirmed contamination, Motika says she welcomed the conversation.
She did say, she understands us. If her children were living on this property, she would want them to do exactly what we're doing. She's a mother. She totally gets.
Have you been put at ease at all based on your conversation with the governor?
No. She kept saying it's not, I don't want to make it political, but I don't understand that. I keep saying that because I don't understand it. She's our political leader. She's our governor. So how can you not make it political when you're our political representative? It doesn't make sense to me.
Kelly says she appreciates the conversation, but is still advocating for the governor to sit down with all the property owners, even privately. Kelly's property just had their final test results shared by the DEC, and some of the areas on the property are seeing radiation levels 10 times higher than the baseline. They're being placed in temporary housing in early September, but in terms of a broader solution. What is a resolution that would be acceptable in this matter, and how quickly would you want to see that resolution?
Permanent relocation, proper cleanup under state superfund, and transparency. We just want complete transparency. We don't need you to sneak around on a Saturday night.
As for the EPA and DEC, they spent their Monday night at the Welcome Center on Grand Island trying to ascertain access forms from property owners. Chad Staniszewski, the acting regional director of the DEC in Buffalo, provided some updated information about their investigations on the island.
So there were approximately 30 areas of interest that were flagged during both the drive-by survey, the driving survey, as well as the flyover survey on Grand Island. We are actively continuing our outreach to those property owners that may be impacted.
Crews are expected to take samples from Veterans Park sometime this week. And while the scope of testing in parts of Erie and Niagara County have grown, Staniszewski provided some context of what they've actually discovered.
As of Saturday night, 860 signed access agreements from individual property owners. We have completed about 630 screenings on those properties. So that's what's been completed, and we're increasing the pace with which we do those screenings every day. Out of that subset of 630 properties, there was approximately 370 no further action letters that have been sent to property owners currently, and 24 properties have been referred to EPA for additional follow-up sampling.
Now, DEC officials once again said that they haven't publicized any of the maps from 2023 or 2025 surveys in order to protect the privacy of property owners, and reiterated that many of the sites they are testing have not needed additional work done to them. It's still unclear just how widespread these areas of interest really are. On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.